Well, welcome to another Retro Crazy. This is all about the Game Boy Color. But this time, it's not going to be a fix video. Because this already works. Okay. And I have a second one here. Which is in gorgeous condition, so maybe it's a fix about this, but it's also not a video about fixing this one. So we've got two that look very similar. So what's the video about? Well, one of the most common issues people complain about with the Game Boy Color is the complete and utter lack of a backlight. And there are a number of options on the market now, so I thought I'd have a look at one. And here it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use my really nice one out the box. It's too nice for this. I want to keep this one original, so I'll pop it to the side. But the second one I've got could do with a little bit of TLC. It's a little bit grubby down the sides, no biggie. Let's see about changing the screen. Now this kit came off of eBay. It costs $31.95 and consists of the screen, a secondary board, foam pad, and a brand new replacement glass lens. Don't need that just yet, so I'll pop that to the side. And this should be completely solderless. There should be no soldering required to fit this. So it should be easy for anybody to do, even if you don't have any soldering skills. So we're going to start by dismantling this Game Boy Color. So make sure your cartridge is out and any batteries. That can go to the side at the moment. And with the cover off, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tri-wing screws, which are standard on Nintendo. If you're ever going to work on a Nintendo system, make sure you get yourself a decent set of tri-wing screwdrivers. I was using a cheaper set. I have quickly ditched that idea in favour of a decent set. Now that that's done, we should be able to lift off the back and just pop it to the side. We'll give it a general clean up, de-dust it, make it a little bit prettier. Now that that's off, you can see a number of screws that need to come out and one ribbon cable. Now the ribbon cable goes to the screen and it's got some nice big thick tabs which you can just pull up with your nail. Once it's up, carefully extract the cable. Now I want to carefully extract it because I can reuse that screen on another system. No point in getting rid of something that's perfectly functional. Let's now remove these screws. And now we should be able to lift out the board. There we go. And you can see clearly from there, it's not too bad, it's not too grubby, all the pads are nice and clean. A little bit of dust on the speaker, to be expected. So we'll pop this board to the side. I'm going to lift out all of the buttons and the pads and the switch, because we'll give these all a good clean. And I'm going to lift out the infrared cover. Knock the buttons out, pop them to the side, and now comes the screen. I don't want to destroy it, so I'm going to gently flex the casing, and you'll see and hear that the screen popped. Now the other way, and there we go, it's lifted, and hopefully now I can just twist this enough that the screen will start to lift, and I should be able to pull it out. There we go. Nothing wrong with the screen. It's nice, it's clean, so this will get popped to the side. It just so happens that I do have a bag here that I can drop it in from one of my other videos I'm working on. And I'll take this and drop it into the box for a screen from a DS, and then just remark the box to say what's in it. So instead of saying DS Lite, bottom screen, I'm going to mark it Gameboy Color. Except I can't spell. My goodness, I really need to learn to write like that. So much easier when you're writing it for yourself and not in front of a camera. That can now go to the side. And next off is to remove the old lens. The reason we're replacing this is the replacement screens are of a slightly different size and the lenses don't quite work. So you need the replacement lens just to pretty things up. Now you should be able to just gently push, and I don't know if you can hear that crackling. No. And that's the adhesive giving. And there we go, that's it popping out, and that should be it. At the point now where hopefully we can just simply extract it. Done. Again, it's not too bad. What I'll do is I'll pop this on here. It'll stick down onto the plastic, and it gives me a backup screen should I need one for one that's really badly damaged. And there we are. You can clearly see the colour difference between what has been exposed to human hands and sunlight and what hasn't. So all this will get washed, warm soapy water, make it nice and pretty. I'll do the same with the lower, but before I do that, let's just drop out these screws and this plate. With that out, the last thing to remove are these connectors for the battery. They're just visible here. Hopefully I should be able to push them through from the inside. That should be them coming out. They're certainly rocking, but not quite out yet. They are sprung and will take a little bit of persuasion. Like so. What I did spot was a sprung clip which sits in there, and I just had to bend it back in a little bit so that it would release from the plastic. So that can go to the side. Now that that's all done, I'll speak to you just in a short while, because I'll take all of these parts away and give them a good clean. So see you shortly. So now that that's all clean, let's do some quick reassembly. Now, the reason for fitting the protector first was so that, I keep calling it a protector, the lens is so that I can see if the LCD is lined up. It looks reasonably lined up. I think it's out slightly on this angle, so I'll try, and that moved it way too much. Okay, back to the drawing board. There's still some stick left on the original backing. There we are, better. I have seen some kits that provide some 3D printed parts that sit in, space it perfectly so it can't move. Hopefully that won't be an issue by the time we've got everything in. Now, this has some protection on the back for the circuitry. What I am going to do is use a little bit of Copton tape or Captain tape just to protect everything and stop it from being damaged or short-circuited. And that will now not short. There are some more pieces to go. This is the new board, which has to go in here. That will simply fold back on itself and sit in. And this is a control for the brightness, and that will actually stick to the inside of this unit and give us supposedly a touch sensor. Not tried it. That'll be interesting. So let's fit this bit first. Okay. That should go in this way. This, I guess, has to go that way to avoid the plastic. Can sit there at the moment. And now I need to hold everything in place while I attempt to fit the motherboard. Certainly it does not want to sit down just yet. So looking, it just seems to be everything's a little bit larger than the original. So hopefully when the casing is screwed together it will fully hold everything in place. So let's drop the main circuit board on again. Now hopefully that should be everything done, and if I've not made any mistakes it should work. So let's do a quick test. Well, I see a screen. So let's drop the game back in and let's have a look. And that is looking very, very nice. Obviously not quite to the same scale as the original screen, but the difference is minor if you consider how clear this is, and the fact it's backlit now. So let's do a side-by-side comparison. Let me turn the volume down and let's do some gentle peeling to reveal the quality of that screen. So there we have the modded one, and here we have the complete original. So let's pop them side by side. Now, they both look fairly good at the moment. Turn the volume down. So they both look fairly nice at the moment. Let's turn the light off and see what happens. In fact, let's turn all the lights off here. And I think immediately you can see where the difference is. This is fully backlit, fully usable, and where is it? Supposedly, there we are, you can dim it. Which certainly works. And that's it back to default with the backlight off. So there we go, that works perfectly. Full brightness and off. So what a difference between a backlit LCD and the original screen. Something you can do easily at home, no soldering required, no cutting of the case, nothing. And it redresses the main issue that people had with the Game Boy Color. While they loved it and they loved the form factor, yeah, you couldn't use it if it was remotely dark. So hopefully this has been useful to you. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next Retro Crazy. Just remember to like and subscribe.